What if the reason you feel like a fraud in your new life isn't because you don't belong there, but because your brain genuinely cannot recognize you yet? What if you became someone new and your own mind missed the announcement? Here are 9 psychology facts about feeling like a stranger in your own life, and I promise you, the last one is going to hit somewhere you weren't expecting. Fact 1. Imposter syndrome wasn't originally about work, it was about identity. When psychologists Pauline Clance and Susan Imes first documented imposter syndrome in 1978, they weren't studying career performance, they were studying people who felt fundamentally fraudulent as human beings, like their real self was an act, and someone was eventually going to figure that out. Sound painfully familiar? You are not alone, not even close. Fact 2. Your brain literally stores your old identity like a default setting. Neuroscientists call it the default mode network, the part of your brain that runs on autopilot when you're not actively thinking. Here's the terrifying part. That network is wired to your old self, your old habits, your old fears, your old story. Even after you've changed, your brain keeps auto-loading the previous version of you like an updated app that forgot to update. Fact 3. Feeling like a fraud in your new life is actually a neurological sign of growth. Research in cognitive neuroscience shows discomfort, self-doubt, and feelings of not belonging in a new chapter are direct evidence that your brain is actively rewiring itself. The awkwardness isn't failure. It's literally your neurons building new roads to carry the new version of you. Try this. The next time you feel like a fraud, say out loud, "This feeling means I'm growing." Say it like you mean it. If this is already making you see yourself differently, hit like and subscribe right now, because there's an entire psychology series designed to help you understand your own brain. Don't let the algorithm bury it. Fact 4. 70% of people experience imposter syndrome, including people you deeply admire. Harvard Business Review found that approximately 70% of all people will experience imposter syndrome at some point in their lives. Maya Angelou, one of the most celebrated writers in human history, openly admitted she felt like a fraud after publishing 11 books. If she felt it after 11 books, your fresh start is in very good company. Let that sink in for a moment. Fact 5. Chameleons change color not to hide, but to communicate. And this one is for the biology lovers. Most people think chameleons change color for camouflage. Scientists confirmed they actually change color to express their internal state: stress, excitement, readiness. When you feel like you're constantly changing who you are in your new life, you're not being fake. You're communicating. You're adapting. You are biologically doing exactly what the most adaptable creatures on Earth do. Nature literally built this into the most resilient animals alive. Fact 6. There is a Japanese concept that perfectly describes feeling new to your own life. It's called shoshin, translated as beginner's mind. In Zen Buddhist philosophy, the beginner's mind is considered the highest state of learning and awareness because it's completely open, completely curious, and completely free from the arrogance of already knowing. Ancient Japanese wisdom didn't see feeling new as weakness. They built an entire spiritual philosophy around it being a gift. 2,500 years of wisdom just validated exactly how you feel. Studies suggest people who follow psychology channels make better decisions, understand themselves faster, and recover from setbacks quicker. Fact 8. Your DNA rewrites itself in response to your experiences. Scientists studying epigenetics discovered that your experiences, environments, and even your thoughts can physically alter how your genes express themselves. You are not the same biological person you were 5 years ago. Your cells have literally changed. Your brain has literally changed. The person reading this script right now is, at a molecular level, genuinely, measurably, scientifically new. You didn't just think you changed, you actually literally did. Fact 9, the last one, and here's the one that completely amazed me and will blow your mind. Psychologists studying people who successfully rebuilt their identities after major life changes found one single thing they all had in common. It wasn't confidence, it wasn't certainty, it wasn't even support from others. It was this: they gave themselves permission to be a beginner at their own life. They stopped waiting to feel like they belonged before they acted like they did. They stopped waiting for the imposter feeling to disappear before they showed up fully. They walked into their new life feeling completely terrified and completely unqualified, and they showed up anyway. And here's what the research found on the other side of that decision. The feeling of being an imposter in your own life doesn't go away before you begin. It goes away because you begin. You are not a fraud living someone else's life. You are a real, changed, growing human being, standing at the edge of a version of yourself your old brain hasn't caught up to yet. You didn't just stumble into the wrong life. You grew into a life big enough that it takes a moment to fill. Give yourself that moment. Follow for more psychology that helps you understand who you're becoming.